that play the oldies. Now, I like those stations, and that probably tells you something about my age. But it wasn't too long ago that I heard one of them play the old Mac Davis tune. You have to stop and smell the roses. Now, probably, if you were a critic, the poetry of that song wouldn't rank right up near the top. I suspect that the tune would neither. But it does have a good message. And as I recall, the chorus goes something like this. You have to stop and smell the roses. You have to count your blessings every day. For the road to heaven is rough and rocky if you don't stop and smell the roses along the way. The song simply says that we really need to live life right here, right now. We need to quit complaining and paying attention to the thorns and start smelling the roses. We need to take time to stop and enjoy life right here, right now. I think that's what the psalmist was talking about in that 118th Psalm, and you probably caught that very familiar verse. This is the day which the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Well, life is a gift of God. He has given us this day. We have it. Now, no one of us, and we know this very well, that no one is guaranteed a certain number of days. But we do have this day. And we ought to be making the most of it and not wasting it. It's God's gift. We need to be living it as good stewards and living it to the fullest. We must not waste it. But I have the feeling that some come down to the end of their days and they look back and they think, gee, I never really accomplished anything that amounted to very much. They just lived out their days. Now, this could happen to anyone. But it is my hope and prayer that it's not going to happen to us. And we need to ask ourselves, how can we keep making the most of our days? Be they few, or be they many. Well, the Bible gives a lot of examples of those who kind of wasted their days. And sometimes we can learn from negative things. I hope that happens this morning. To begin with, if we're really going to live life to the fullest, we need to make sure that we keep material things in their proper place. There was a rich man who had a lot of money. You know this story. He built barns. They were full. And he had some decisions to make. What was he going to do? Was he going to use that money to benefit him and others? Was he going to use it for things? Or would things use him? He decided that he'd make more money. So he built larger barns. But that very night, he died. Jesus called him foolish. Now, I don't know whether you thought about it or not, but that's pretty strong language for Jesus in the New Testament. But he says he's a fool. He got his values all mixed up. He was supposed to be the master of things, and things became the master of him. We've been given dominion over the things of the earth, but we often end up, or can end up, being controlled by the things of the earth. There was a boy who got his hand stuck in a very expensive Chinese vase. I suppose we ought to call it a vase in this case, I'm not sure. But anyhow, his hand is in there and he can't get it out. He tries and tries. Doesn't work. He asks for help. They use soap and water. They put various kinds of lubricants around his hand. But they can't get it out. So finally, to free up this lad, somebody takes a hammer and breaks that expensive Chinese vase. And when they do, they discover his hand is in the form of a fist. That's why he can't get it out. He dropped a penny into the vase, reached in to get it, and when he got it in his hand, there was no way in this world that he was going to let go of it. Well, that can happen to people. Latch onto things, and really things are latching onto them, and they get into trouble. A man went to see a psychiatrist. This man was really, he was a real mess, very downtrodden, very sad, very depressed. And he told the psychiatrist his tale. He said, I'm one of the finest homes in the city. I have a swimming pool out in my backyard. There's a Cadillac in my garage. And the psychiatrist, he wondered why this man is so depressed. And he said, what is the problem?